So yesterday, reports, everybody was reporting on this story. I feel like we were one of the first outlets to report that Lil Durk's bond was denied for the federal murder for hire case that he has out in California. And a big reason why it was denied was due to another ongoing murder investigation where the feds alleged that Durk may have also paid or was responsible for payment for another murder by a young man by the name of Stefan Mack. And that was in retaliation of Deontay Banks Thang's death, which is, Durk's older brother. Outside of his bond being denied, a lot of people were looking into these text messages that it came from a man named Powell to another subject. And today we got reports on who that subject was. It seems that both of these men, Powell and a man by the name of Montgomery, are under arrest. So, hey, shout out Loyalty and Betrayal. She had let me know that that federal FBI warning poster looking for Mr. Powell. I guess they served that warrant and he is currently under arrest. Looking into more of the paperwork, we wanted to bring you guys another update. We feel like maybe there are some things that people haven't spoke about this new case. There isn't many updates on the older case, but with this newer case, which is actually around the same age, so all of these things kind of happened at the same time. But I believe that there was some pretty surprising, things that came out of this paperwork. The first thing that we noticed was when you read the paperwork, the feds alleged that after the killing of Stefan Mack, the two men who are presumed not Washington, but Montgomery and Powell, they exited a stolen vehicle. They left the vehicle actually in the same area as where the murder occurred. And Powell, once he left, they split up. Powell began calling Montgomery, I'm guessing to make sure he was safe. Unfortunately, Montgomery would leave his phone in the stolen car that was used to commit the murder. Police would recover this phone. So then now they have Montgomery's phone as well as Powell's missed calls. And I believe that's how they were able to connect these two men to the shooting. Now, when they did, a search warrant on both men's phones, as well as another phone that I believe Montgomery began to use after he left his phone at the scene of the crime, that's where we get those text messages about, hey, did Durk pay you? Hey, what's up with OTF? All of these things, again, are alleged by the FBI. So, people are innocent until proven guilty, but we wanted to give you guys, these facts that they're laying out in this new indictment. Also, it would seem that members of the Smashville GDs, once their alleged leader, Stefan Mack, was killed, began cooperating with the FBI and Chicago police to find his murderer. Some people may say, oh man, they snitched on Lil Durk. Oh man, this and that. I mean, yeah, you could say that. You could say that. I don't know if they knew that they were helping them get Durk, but members of the Smashville GDs, we're gonna put the paper up. One of the members, who they calling Human Source One, he actually has been working with the FBI for a number of years, and they outlined that they paid him about $2,400 a year to provide information on murders and different gang activities in the city. And I guess his information has proven to be true, so they continue to use him and keep him, unnamed. Also, they named a few other members of the Smashville GDs who would point out Montgomery as well as Powell and circle them and identify them as people who, regularly could be seen with rapper Lil Durk when he came to Chicago. These are certain facts that the feds are putting out there, and we believe this is why, although rapper Lil Durk did offer up $2.3 million in homes, as well as I believe Sony Records offered $1 million in cash to secure Lil Durk's bond, which they denied. They're basically, denying the bond because he's been accused of other crimes. So yeah, man, we gonna put the paperwork up there and show y'all, but that's kind of what we gleaned from the paperwork upon further, reading. We wanted to get the story out yesterday as quick as possible that he was denied bond. Like I said, I think we were one of the first people, like literally during his hearing, we were already uploading our video. And like I said, this dude, Montgomery, man, one of the alleged shooters of Stephon Mack, left his phone in the car. His girl, actually, about an hour or two later, would report the phone stolen. So I believe once he got home, he said, "Oh man, I left my phone." And his girl, who the phone was in her name, she called AT&T to report the phone stolen. However, they were able to recover the phone, recover text messages, link those messages to Powell calling on the day and right after the murder, as well as now that they got Powell's number, when Montgomery reaches back out to Powell and say, "Yo, I'm good," and then Powell gets the texting, "What's up with Durk?" They were able to connect all the dots. So hey, those dudes right now are facing murder. They're already under arrest, so all of these people are under arrest. That's why we're able to, tell you guys this story. Yesterday we did make a small error because we thought that Powell may have still been on the run. We saw a lot of the wanted posters coming out. We were looking for who Powell was. We saw his name in the paperwork, and I guess he's already been arrested. It looks like in early 2024. Man, all we got to say is this, man. The feds, when they pursue these cases, especially these high profile cases with these rappers and all of that stuff, man, they rarely jump too early. So there's going to probably be a lot more information that come out that just points directly at Durk or points directly at who they feel is responsible for these deaths in Chicago and outside of Chicago. And not to say that these are slam dunk cases, because when you read the paperwork, other than those text messages asking about when's Durk coming to Chicago, did he pay yet? Other than those text messages, there are no text messages of Durk responding. There is no evidence that directly ties Durk to these murders. However, a man who was the leader of the gang of the man who killed Durk's brother was killed very soon after, and people were contacting Durk for payment, whether he paid or not. I believe he didn't pay. So then that's the other thing too. The Smashville GDs who cooperated and pointed out who they believed were the shooters and circled people and said, "Yeah, man, he be with Durk." And blah, blah, blah. There's a chance that they did it because, they were fighting a pretty uphill battle. You know what I mean? You dealing with a guy with millions of dollars with, his hands in the street. It's hard to really battle with that. It would also seem that the guys who did the killings, man, they never got their bread. So, I mean, look, it's a crazy story, man. Like I said, we're going to keep reporting on the news. Only when it's something really important like this that comes up. We noticed that nobody really spoke about these things in the paperwork. But yeah, man, dude left his phone in the car. The people who was quote unquote getting belt to ass, man, they start cooperating with the feds, and it's all leading to the indictment and the imprisonment of Chicago rapper Lil Durk. So hey, we gonna keep reporting on this story, man. It's your boy MX Guapo, man. Street Certified News, the most reputable source for urban media, man. Make sure you hit that like, comment, and subscribe. We love you. We out.